everyone to the 3-day international virtual workshop on research writing, editing and publishing, jointly organized by Lavender Literary Club India, Cape Comorin Trust, Malaysian Industrial Relations and Human Resource Association, Malaysia. Today, on the first day, we have three speakers. Our first speaker, Professor Dr. Balakrishnan Parasuraman, Professor, Human Resource Management and Labor Relations, Faculty of Entrepreneurship and Business, University, Malaysia, Kelantan, Malaysia, President, MIRHA, Malaysia. And Dr. Mageshwari Rajanandram, Lecturer, Sunway Business School, Sunway University, Malaysia. And Dr. Hardeep Singh, IK Gujarat, Punjab Technical University, Punjab, India. Now I invite Shasleen, student of University Malaysia, Kelantan. She will introduce our Professor Dr. Balakrishnan Parasuraman, sir.
Shazleen. Hello, Shazleen.
Yeah.
After you introduce, give me 1 or 2 minutes to open the session. Okay?
Okay, can.
After you introduce Prof. Bala. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let me start. Okay, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Siti Nur Shazleen Hasan and student of Professor Bala. I'm from UMK and I'm Vice President of BYC Club. So I would like to thank you to Prof Bala because Prof invited me to this workshop. I also want to thank you to Dr. Frank also to invite me in this workshop. Let me share about Professor Bala. Professor Bala is a professor of Faculty Entrepreneurship and Business, University Malaysia Kelantan. Professor Bala experienced 26 years in university, which is University Malaysia Sabah, around 70 years since 1996 until 2012. And also continue with University of Malaysia Kelantan with 9 years and invited as professor since 2013. And experience in school education, which is teacher SMK Abdullah, Sempurna Sabah, Malaysia, from 1993 until 1995. And also become a teacher at Wanto Academic, Petaling Jaya, Selangor, Malaysia, from 1991 until 1992. Prof Bala also President of Malaysian Industrial Relations and Human Resources Association, which is MIRHA, since 2020. Prof Bala also a fellow National Human Resource Center, NHRC, Ministry of HR, Malaysia. Prof Bala also advisor of our club, which is Bursa Young Investor Club, BYIC UMK, since 2021. And Professor Bala invited as a panel expert to TV, radio, and Professor also always show up in TV to share about related about human resources entrepreneurship. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, I think Dr. Ganesan can take over. Thanks, Shazleen. Dr. Ganesan, are you there?
Okay, Prof. Okay, all right.
Right.
Sorry, I off the mic. Okay, all right. Okay, thank you very much, Shazleen. All right, welcome to all the participants for the International Virtual Workshop on Research Writing, Editing, and Publishing from today, 18th of January, until 20th of January, 2023, until Friday. So this is the new beginning for the new year, 2023, and this is the first program organized by Lavender Literary Club, Cape Comorin Trust, and also Malaysian Industrial Relations Human Resource Association. And very thank you for President of Lavender Literary Club, Dr. Frank Joyson Satya, Cape Comorin Trust, President, Dr. Regine Silvers, and of course, Professor Bala, President of MIRHA Malaysia. And I think today we have around 128 participants. Hopefully, the momentum will be there until this Friday. Okay. So since it's a new year, new beginning, and a new month, good month, month of Thai. All right. So we just finished Pongal. So hopefully after this, like what we did last year, every month there will be a program on research, writing, publication, or whatsoever, which is very benefit for all the participants, scholars, and so on. Okay, Prof. Now it's your floor. So I hand over to you for your slot, Prof. Thank you very much, Prof.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Dr. Ganesan and Sazlin. Sazlin actually from Sabah, Sandakan Sabah. And she is a second year student, doctor. So very active lah, very active and energetic lah. So that's why I brought all the young one to be part of our senior members lah, so that we can train them for future leaders lah. Rather than we are going to be retired soon. Okay. First of all, I'd like to say Happy New Year. We are still in the new year month, January. I see a lot of my good friend here. Of course, the guy says my old friend lah, my university mate. Okay, long time we didn't turn up, so we will miss you so much. And everybody, I think waiting for you. When are you coming back again to our webinar? Now you're paid. And also, I call Cikgu Jagdev lah, also my old friend, my junior, and of course Dr. Nada and others lah. I can see some of them like Naza also here, and many of people that I know. I like thanks to Dr. Frank and also Dr. Desin now, okay, because Lavender Literature Club and also Camp Comrade, Class and Plus and Mirha, Malaysian Industrial HR. I think we are continuously, actively participating since 2020, Doctor. I remember. Yes. 20. So remember, we are never non-stop, and really thanks to all these three organizations that really active, bring all the people from all over the world. In fact, I think Dr. Ganesan brought some people from US,
Yes.
United States, United Kingdom, Africa, Indonesia, Malaysia, and many countries will joining soon. So I am really appreciate all of you here today. We are a big family. We are growing actually. Dr. Ganesan, good news for you. Yes. I talked to the VC of the WUSIM. He's my old friend from Prof. Sarudin from UMS. We have joined together. He's now VC of WUSIM, and the Deputy Vice Chancellor also from UMS, also my good friend. So I talked to two of them. I just sent regard. I brought one top guy to be our speaker. You can see the last speaker. He's a top 10 publishing in Scopus, and he was very happy. And I already told the VC. VC was very happy. WUSIM is actually near Kuala Lumpur, Nilai, close to the airport, Malaysian KLIA. So next time, I think our delegate come from India. Maybe you can visit our university. So we are bringing a lot of people from all over Malaysia. In fact, today, Dr. Mageshwari, also my friend, also good friend. She's from Sunway University. So we bring IPTA, IPTS, everything. But the fundamental issue is about research. So research cannot be separated. I just want to quote one point. Recently, the new appointed Minister of Higher Education, Dr. Sri Khalid Nordin, he was emphasis what in line what we are doing, Doctor. He said, what I would like to tell whatever I said in the past 3 years. Actually, that's what he want. So I'm not talking about just like Malaysia. No, not Malaysia. I'm talking about globally. And what he said, one statement come out. I say, whatever research you do, is it impact society or not? Is it impact to the people or not? Is it impact to the, like example, you are educators. You are from education, like Dr. Ganesan, you are from education side. But you're giving a lot of impact to the society. You're giving like, what do you mean about history? What do you mean? I'm very sad, Doctor. Nowadays, history going down, Doctor. I'm very sad to say to you, we need to be alert about this, because history is not a subject that students want to know, but history is very important. Without history, you cannot study anything, even economy, management, marketing, whatever. History is history. You can say I'm professor of well-known, but history is the base. So I think that is another reason that he was saying that any research, don't keep on publishing. We are like engine, like take off, like aircraft. When you see an aircraft, the pilot say, okay, get ready, we take off. So you all follow that, like no direction for your life. What is the direction for your life? What you're so, I published, Scopus Doctor. I published last year about 3 Scopus. I published 3 books. I published a lot. But at the same time, I also doing for the country. Impact. Dr. Ganesan, last days ago, 3 national report published. 1 report equivalent to 7 scopus, doctor. You know how many scopus already published? About 40 scopus. Equivalent, equivalent. Meaning to say, is already approved by the KPT, any research policy, 1 policy came out equivalent to 7 scopus. Imagine, doctor, 3 books already. Not me, and actually I'm telling all the young scholars, do research, but so what? Every country become like what they call like habitually, one scopus, ISI. But end of the day, what is the meaning? You publish. I'm not saying no publish. Publish. I also publish. I also getting go on the scopus, and so even in fact I bring all my PhD students. But what is the meaning to them? So today I'm here to not just to teach you, to share. I don't want that kind of doctor, what do you call it? I don't know what they call that kind of dilemma we're facing now. Everybody want to be professor. So what? To me, so what? You want to be professor? What? Many professors doesn't do anything for the country. So what I'm telling you is in line with what our Prime Minister is doing now. You see, doctor, the point that I highlighted 2 days, 3 last week in media, I talk about how to bring the good value from the immigration workers. All my research, I bring back the research. And the research actually turned to be policy. Now we are looking at a graduate. Yes, Cikgu Jagdeep, you producing a student, but student don't know anything. I have to bring USIM and UMK to the Sekolah Menengah Kajang Utama. We are going to do the high impact project, doctor. We're going to run the entrepreneurship and share market. I already talked to the school. I already talked to the USIM. Everybody want to get. So I want to bring students to the school. So what? They don't know anything. They don't know life where to go. After Form 5, Form 3, don't know where to go. So what we are doing? So we need to go back. And I think, Dr. Nada, your student become teacher. They're not teachers. They are just come for the job. Just for the job. That's all. So we need to research. What is the research about the top student coming as a teacher? What they're doing to student? No love. Nothing. They just want to get a job, salary, buy a car, buy this. So what? No, pointless. So I believe after 27, 8 years, I'm an academic. I always tell the young scholar, I right to say because I done publication scopus, ISI. I published more than 70, 80 papers. I published more than 25 books. I'm writing a technical book. I'm writing, Dr. Ganesan, I just informed you, I was appointed at the national panel writing about the NPGN, National Consultative Wage Council for 10 years. The minister going to launch, YB Sivakumar, very, very happy, the book. So that I be as a ketua penulis, that is the highest position. So what are you doing now? What are you doing with your PhD? What are you doing with your professor? What are you doing? No, just get a pay, not enough. Salary will come to you, but what is our contribution? Example, our industry is suffering. You know, Dr. Ganesan, the minimum wage was postponed to the micro. Do you know how many thousand micro? Do you know that? Almost 2 million people doesn't get a salary for 7 months. Why this happened? Because employer cannot compete. So where is all the field that we are looking at now? Where? Sorry, doctor, I'm talking actually research, but I'm talking wisdom. I'm not going to talk like other lecturers going to present what is a method. No, I'm talking wisdom. Wisdom means what is ontology, what is epistemology, how the research turn to be to the society. Community must important. Like myself, I'm looking at the workers. I'm looking at the employers. I'm looking at our country. I'm looking at the regional base. I'm looking at ASEAN. I'm looking at Asia. So where is our talent now? Why our talent is scattered like that? Why is our educators, where they're going now? So I keep on telling everybody now, even I tell the minister and prime minister, he accepted my idea. 2-3 days, a few weeks ago, I told in the media, accepted my idea. I said KPM, Ministry of Higher Education, Ministry of Education, and then Ministry, you will sit down and discuss where to go. And I believe they are doing now. So you need to be brave enough to speak. Where go, doctor? Nobody. You put your research on your desk. No point. You publish ISI for what? Nobody reading. Example, you need to publish a book. The book can cater. See, my book already bestseller, doctor, already finished. I'm actually writing 2nd edition, already 4th edition, doctor. All bestseller, finished. My book recently, right with Dr. Ariana, Indonesia, launched by the Minister of Human Resource, launched by the industry, launched by me. So why we are doing? I'm really worried about the world towards where they go. You look at Australia, look at Canada, look at Oxford. They are not care about Scopus. Automatically Scopus ISI will come, doctor. They already published, Dr. Ganesan, for a long time ago, Scopus. You know our papers during our university. All these Scopus, you know, ISI, you know. We don't bother at that time. What our lecturer doing? Giving the knowledge, wisdom. So this is what I'm doing now. I want to give wisdom. I want to tell Saslin, you can do. She can do. She alone doing everything by herself. 2 days intensive webinar she running tomorrow and after tomorrow. I will invite all of you. I'll give the link. Come and join. See how our student can go beyond that. So we need to be balanced in terms of university lecturers. All of you here lecturers, I know. What is your role? You need to teach. You need to supervise. You need to publish. You need a consultation. You need to give in community service. You need to be involved in policy. Many more. But you only focus publication. You only focus corporate ISI. It doesn't give any impact to your own life. So why you get a PhD? PhD is a higher degree. Okay, like Dr. Ganesan, the only person our labor history. I don't think so. Anyone in the country. One Dr. Ganesan is no more in the academic. Labor history will die. Doctor, I'm telling you this plainly to you. Labor history will die because nobody knows where the labor will come from. People start talking about Malay, Indian, and Chinese. Where the Indian come from? Where the Malay come from? We are Malaysian, Indian, and Malaysian, Chinese. But we come from 1940s. How our life is. No, anybody know or not? Dr. Ganesan know about that. Suffering in plantation sector, mining, people die, I tell you. We are in the cream of the cream. We come back and we are doing for our country. We're very proud. After independent, you know independent. Nobody knows of independent. 1957, we got independent. What do you mean independent? So the history very important. But the problem is now, history, not popular subject. Student cannot pass. Student get the lower marks. The reason that we in the school, we need to consider like Cikgu Jagdev and your teachers sit down and discuss where you want to bring our kids. I saw my own eyes. Last 2 weeks ago, I went to the PIG meeting. I'm the NYDP. I was there, vice president. I giving all the ideas. I said, where you want to go? You want to bring our kids to somewhere else? No. Lecturers so busy with the ISI Scopus, just want to for themselves. Hello, my dear friends, my beloved friends. I do everything. My marks, doctor, 2-3 years, doctor, 90 over doctor. Doctor know that? My marks 90 by document. All the document ISI Scopus, I achieved 90 marks. I only got another from my head department. Surely 98 I will get. So, but I balance out everything. So very tiring. Yeah, tiring. I was 2 days in Kuala Lumpur, attending a whole day meeting. I fly back today. Tomorrow I go again. Why? Focus. Don't make life your mistake. When you start as a young lecturer, focus on your field. You doing everything you want to do. Don't focus. By the time you become someone, you are not professor on this field. Look at our friend, Dr. Ganesan. I think Dr. Magis also. I know Magis is marketing. I know about her. She's doing a lot of marketing and so and she talked a lot to me in the past. So she is expert on that field. But marketing is very important. How to market our product, how to bring our product to the next level, how to be friendship. Why we cannot be friends? Why India, Malaysia? Why we are almost 4 years, Dr. Ganesan. We are non-stop. I like, thanks to Dr. Regina, and Dr. Frank and you and everybody here. We are working without any pay, no money, nothing, voluntarily working. Today we are success. You know, Doctor, you know, we are success in this term. We are bringing a lot of scholars from all over the world coming to our people are waiting for that. We want to join. I just announced to the faculty of the postgraduate students and so on. So in the life, what is the meaning of the life? We want to be lecturer. Yes, the lecturer post is a very respected post. Everybody must respect. Everybody must love your student first. Nobody love the student. Just ignore them. Why ignore them? Doctor, really, doctor, I do nothing. I got evaluation for student. They give me 4.7 out of 5. I do nothing. But they know I do something for them. I engage with them. I brought them all. See, tomorrow, doctor, tomorrow we are doing international webinar. We brought from Miss Rita Hui from Hong Kong. She has 25 years in HR manager, and she's now founder of ASEAN HRM. We brought Miss Margaret for 40 years actually in the industry. We bring Mr. Mahin, is actually Standard Chartered Bank IR manager. We are going to do a forum. After that, we bring all my PhD student panel. They're all industry. The next day, Tan Sri Anwar will come as Chancellor of the Cyberjaya, will come keynote speaker, and all run by the student without any pay. Doctor, you know that? Zero cost. People will willing to come and help you. and ASEAN HRM have networked all over Asia. Now my student, before graduate, all will get a job. That's my aim now. I want to change the policy of the saying that our graduate is useless. No, I want to change that. I say no, our graduate is actually competent enough, world-class student in the field of the respective field. So I do, my area is industrial relation, but I can move to HR. I move to OB, can, but don't focus on, you do everything you want to do. Sometimes, doctor, all the journal Tom and Jerry publish. As long as Scopus, publish. Cannot, Dr. Ganesan, cannot like that. You must go to your own journal, like me, industrial relation, labor relation, books or so on that. 10 people recognize, the peers will recognize you. How many people invited by outside people to be partner? Okay, I got a lot of invitation. Why? Because we are. So, Dr. Ganesan, the book that we're going to edit is out of our network, this one, doctor. I want to give some new product to the 3 NGO working. Dr. Frank now editing. We receiving how many paper, doctor? 15 papers all over the world, from Africa, from Indonesia, from Malaysia, and public university, private university. The book is going to be launched soon in India. I'm not sure, but on the editing process. And this book is a very unique book in the world, doctor. Multidiscipline. We brought so many methods together. People writing of their experience. No books, I think, like this. We wrote. This is the first. So when you write the books, you also think, what kind of book to write? Don't simply write a book. Whether the book will impact, no impact, you must understand. So we brought multidiscipline, all the field, management, engineering, and so many fields. We are going to write about what is a method. So I told Dr. Frank, your conclusion said, there's no one single method. Cannot. It might be combination of method. It's a multi-method. Science people must study now. So Dr. Ganesan, Dr. Jaya? Dr. Jaya brought them. You know how many grant he get? Dr. Jaya got grant. Dr. Jaya got grant 1 million euro, doctor. 1 million euro equivalent to 6 million ringgit for UMK already. And he put me one of the leader for that. And we're going to launch this grant in your state, doctor. Perak state. Perak Chief Minister will come. And Dr. Jaya also from Perak. So he'll be sitting next to Chief Minister of Perak. 1 million grant. You know how you get it, the grant? He did it on the multidiscipline, social science, all together. That's why he told me, Prabala, you must be on the grant. So, doctor, imagine, 6 billion ringgit. Just ordinary lecturer. He is not a professor yet, not even AP, 6 million ringgit. He got ready. And I say, amazing. I say, doctor, you really superb. Top scientist. But he's a very humble person, doctor. Very humble. He helped me a lot. And he's one of my mentor, so doctor, mentor. I train. You also my mentor, even though we are friends. Remember, I keep on telling during your PhD, doctor, publish or perish. And you do that. Only thing you'll take rest for a while, but otherwise you are a different person. You keep on publishing. I know you are a lot. So I say you take rest first. I didn't disturb you. Remember, I didn't call you. I said, Dr. Frank, give a time to Dr. Ganesan. But when you come back, I'm so happy when I saw your photo. Like my brother will come again. On the moment you come, and then I feel so. Even all my brothers, sisters here, I'm saying my sister. I don't care, relative or not relative. All of you, my brothers, sisters. I really want you all think about your future. Don't do research. Don't do your PhD. Don't do your own for yourself. But think about nation, community, people suffering. Imagine 7 months government postponed the minimum wage, and I asked minister one question. Why? He said I can't do anything because. One thing, I had to approve the Employment Act that will give a lot of benefit to the employees. Another part, but he promised to us, doctor, he said no. After this, no any adjustment because I'm very new, come as a minister. I don't know anything. He was humbly asking, and Tan Sri Anwar was saying a lot of things that he talked about my area, trade union, and so on. He said, so I think I don't work for the money. No, I don't have money, but I work for the country. So recognition is come from the Prime Minister and so on. I think Prime Minister is taking seriously our idea, what we do next. We are moving very, very fast now. A lot of things happening in terms of labor and so on. I'm quite proud. And I think Dr. Ganesan, we're going to be super busy now after this because a minister want many research to be done at the national level. Even VC was recognized during the Senate meeting. He said, Prabala is not an ordinary person. He's an ordinary national recognized person. So VC mentioned during the Senate meeting. So then you can see recognition, and the recognition is not hard work that I put in the past. I'm also like you, very young. I don't have a mentor. When I start my industrial relation field, no mentors, but I have a mentor from all over the world. So I believe I'm very quite happy until now. Before I retired, I already done good thing. And next, my struggle, Dr. Ganesan, graduate salary. I already started this week. When I started minimum wage in UMS, today become policy. Before I retired, I make sure all the graduate thankful to me to get a better salary, not 1,008 or 1,005, at least 4,000, 3,000. That's what I aim for. And Tan Sri Anwar at the back of us is coming talk about that issue, and many people at the back, we can go as a team. So I really want all the lecturers here, 100 over lecturers here, 100 over students here, think about your country, think about your region, think about that. Don't just isolate yourself. So these are the mechanisms that we bring together so that we can able to work together as a team. I'm already, see Dr. Ganesan, when I started, they put me as a veteran doctor. You also part of the team. First thing in my mind, what I can do for this NGO, 3 NGO, nothing. We just do webinar, keep on, nothing. Okay, come in your mind, no, I want to help these people. Immediately, I start up with the edited book. I told Dr. Frank, you have to do that. Dr. Frank, very humble person. I think it's here. I'd like to say thank you, Dr. Frank. You're so humble person. You're so, you work closely. You don't bring your doctorate at me, but your work as my own brother. In fact, many times I criticize him. He take it as a positive. No, sir, I'll do, he said. And finally, doctor, we got 15 papers, come from industry, come from lecturers, come professors. We get together, and this book going to be present, my present to everyone here, so that people will recognize. And we will bring all the authors together, and you enjoy the writing and everything. Your story will be there. And I think that is our contribution from Mirha, Lavender, and Comarin Trust. So we all as a team, we work as a voluntarily based, but eventually people recognize. Many VC in Malaysia recognize. I sent to VC from UMS, University Sabah, my VC recognized. Even one of the VC in Rewa, Dr. Rewa University in Bangalore, he want to be editor in the book. And Dr. Jaya become the author. So he be the editor in the book. So imagine, doctor, one of the top private university, Rewa University in Bangalore, also one part of the team. So I can see that a lot of things happening now. So please be humble yourself, learn from all of us like me, Dr. Ganesan and many others here, and please learn from us and get some knowledge and keep on going. So I think this is my short presentation today. I'm sorry that I'm not going to present like other scholars doing, because I believe I'm as a professor, I need to share my wisdom. So it's kind of motivation to you, but put in the practice, don't talk, put in practice. Always go back to Shakespeare, word of wisdom. Don't ask everything what the country want to give. What do you give to the country? Ask first the question. Another one, publish or perish. That's what your life. When you come into the academic line, publish or perish, that's all. So don't talk too much, put in action. I always good action. Last year, I got 3 industry grant for national grant. Not easy to get a grant. I'm actually leading a 3 industry grant. And this year, Dr. Jaya, 1 million grant on the part of the team. I've already got another grant with my team. We're going to come up with a software for soft skill. I'm going to apply another one from them. Why we need only to work as a team? And I think your friend, Dr. our friend, doctor from UTP, I forgot the name really, UTP.
Dr. Anna.
Dr. Anna, you introduced me, The next day we got 68,000 grant, 120,000 ringgit Malaysia. You introduced me. Next day we talk, we already finished. The grant almost finished already. So we are not friends. We also as a team member. So we enjoy our life, and I think that's what we do. Don't stress yourself, because very important, take care of your health. So don't stress. Give your time for your life, your family, your children, everybody, take care of them. But at the same time, enjoy your career. Like me, I said, when I work in Kelantan, I'm on holiday now. For 8 days, I'm holiday, and my family in Kuala Lumpur. So everywhere I work, I feel like holiday. I got a nice room here, I got a house, and I fly back every week. I spend time with my family, and then I have a lot of friends and so on. So you need to balance your life. So finally, I already done everything, doctor. From the young Twitter lecture, I already achieved my professor at the age 45, over 10 years already. Now I'm going to another level, doctor. Probably I can apply senior professor. Maybe next year I'm going to be, by the time I retire, maybe I retired as a B. But I didn't go for the position. I go for the practicality, put in action. I don't talk, I put action. That's why you can see result come and go. So I produced a few PhD students, very sad. Dr. Just passed away 2 days before the year. So quite sad is passed away 2 days, but I want to produce his book, and I want to pass to the family members, because his knowledge on the oil and gas very valuable. And he was very humble person. He was 62 years old, heart attack. 2 days before the convocation, he buy all the crown, and he buy ticket, everything. He want to come. So that's a sad story for last year. But okay, and doctor already done a good job for the industry, and I hope there will be more things are coming. Next year, this year maybe I'm going to graduate at least 4 PhD and masters. So super busy in our mind, but at the same time, you need to produce. So you got a lot of things to do as a lecturer. Don't only publication is a key. There are many things to do. Okay, with that, I think I end my presentation here. Dr. Ganesan.
Okay. All right, Prof. Let me host your slot so that the participants understand better. Okay, as a conclusion of what you are talking just now, maybe, of course, you are giving your experience indirectly on research, all right? What need to be done with your research or with your PhD thesis, and how to use that research which give impact for the country, for the nation, and maybe at international level. So, Prof, can you give some advice for our scholars here regarding research and publication? Research and then publication, because as you said, whatever research done need to have impact, and of course need to be published. After publication, what is the impact for the society and the nation? All right. So our PhD research is not just to do the research to get the PhD, right? As you mentioned just now, it's supposed to have some impact. We publish papers, and you are talking about it's not the number of publication in the Scopus or ISI. What is the impact? So any advice, Prof, for our students, our PhD students, scholars, and so on? Research and publication, two things that need to be practiced, or we need to do it as a scholar. Your opinion, Prof, or your advice?
Okay, Doctor.
Sir, please turn on your mic.
Yeah.
Your
Thanks,
mic,
Doctor, for the very good questions. Well structured questions, and that you asked me my advice. Yes, true. I always say that perish or publish. I think that word is very, very clear. That's what told by Professor Kasim, Dr. Kasim.
Publish.
Perish. Yes. He's my dean. My first boss in UMS is the top.
Mr. Jagdeep should know Kasim Ahmad.
Yeah,
European
we know about him. Kasim Ahmad is my boss. My first boss in University of Sabah. He like to write. Okay, you like to write. Even he's a dean. He was professor. He always called me, advice. We are at that time young lecturers. We are just about. I just joined after my teaching. 3 years I joined university as a tutor. No masters, nothing at that time. Just ordinary lecturer tutor. So nobody respect us because we are no position. You are position, no position. But he called me. Call us. Don't worry, you are young. I want to advise one thing to you. You all publish. Start publish from the newspaper, from the magazine. Then slowly you go up. That's what he said. So that research and publication actually go by hand lah. It's not complementary. It's very important. Without research, you cannot publish. Remember that. Without good research, you cannot publish, because publication comes with the research. So research is very key. The problem is now, is it paid or non-paid? That's the problem. Is it under the grant or non-grant? Actually, both you can do. Don't wait for the grant. You can do your own research. You can do your library research, critical analysis. I started with a critical analysis. My master's actually totally is a critical analysis when I do my master's coursework, but it's thesis based for 3 months. So what I do, me and my supervisor, Professor Gregor Gold, he was a labor expert, trade union expert. We take some theory that already discussed by Professor Kuruvilla from US and Cornell University, and my supervisor asked me, can you look at this theory whether or not applicable to Malaysian context? And we studied through, because he said that the impact of economy development, different strategy will determine the change of policy in the country on IR. And that is a fully library research, not any empirical data. But the data come from the secondary sources. So when I when I do my masters, I already published as a book and also as a journal. 2 or 3 papers published from my masters. We found that no, we said actually, doctor, your field is important. We highlight historical factors actually determine the changes of IR policy during 1960s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. So we take the historical point of the view. At that time, we got a clash with the Indonesia, and then we got Singapore out from the Malaysia, Sabah, and all these problem of confrontation and communism and all these. So we say the impact to at the beginning actually historical point, and why the drastic change in labor, why labor was so strict, cannot go to the strike and all this. So all these actually from historical point of view and also anthropological side. So how we prove that proposition, because I think we use a history method lah. So that's why I did something on history when I was a teacher, KPLI. Post diploma education is actually history and Malay studies. So I use some of the method from it. So Dr. Ganesan actually partly I also expert on history lah. So I know how to history import. So that is a one research. But after I come back, I got some grant. Okay, I got many grants. Okay, many grants. So grant means we have to compete lah. We have to apply to national grant, international. I got from Japan, ILO, World Bank, and European Union, and many grants lah. They are awarded to me. And after I got grant, I do research. First thing I do, I will publish. And then those days ISI Scopus not in the picture, only index journal. So and books, okay. For social science, books. So I very emphasize balance up books, and so when my research completed, my masters, I published book. When I finished my doctorate, I published few papers, journal. I published few journals, articles. Then I publish as a book, and that's what I do until now. So you cannot publish a good journal without getting your research. And then later part, I collaborate. Collaboration very important. Multidiscipline. Okay, collaborate, and people recognize you because your paper was in Google and so on. When people type your name, you can find out everything. Then people start inviting me. So a few people invited me, and I told you what Journal of Industrial Relation, equivalent to 10 Scopus. One journal, ISI, equal to 10. That journal is actually a world recognized journal. I able to publish. It's a dream for me to come that journal because everybody in the world know about that journal. Citation very high. But how I do that? I work with another scholar from Australia. So I joined with the Australian scholar, then I publish. And few journals I work with you, even with you also. I think a few journals I work with you. You also partly in my team also, right? And I think historical we also publish very valuable journal paper that you publish in journal and useful for our student that they are going to study about IR and HR and so on, because a lot of policy. Okay, that's one thing. The more you do research, the more people recognize you. And then you go to the policy maker, and that policy related to your field. Like my case is actually I'm doing trade union research. What is the young people perception? The money given by the Ministry of Human Resource by Trade Union Department. So we are doing research for them. And this week, coming Friday, I'm going to present the interim report to the DG. DG who's there, Dr. Ganesan, is my classmate, Director General of Trade Union is my classmate in USM. We are together in USM, and I got 2-3 friends, all USM guys lah. They all are sitting in the top level. And imagine I presented in front of him. He become like we close friend like you lah. We're close friend, but he become my boss now. And these are the publication that counted. And normally in Malaysia, we are considered one policy paper equivalent to 7 Scopus journal lah. That's what told by our university and also by Ministry of Higher Education. So that means the impact policies are highest, equivalent to 7 Scopus. Any books, okay, any books also equivalent to 4 Scopus. So that means the book is considerably highly received in our university for the promotion or for the all this. So imagine books also important. So publication is a various law, right? So that's how we move into the publication. And I believe my advice to you all, start publishing as early as you can. Don't worry too much of Scopus. Go to the index journal, go to any magazine. I also publish in a public under the small articles. I'm everyone, me and Nazar, the student, last time she was with us. And we both every month publishing a small articles, but article published online. Dr. Gary said you can go and access the article. I can send you a link later. And from there, many what the policymaker will read, even though it's not ISI, but it's impact to the policymaker. So people giving response, people giving, and also these are the things that many type of application lah. But you must be know how to balance up lah all this. So you can be professor actually, can, no problem. Surely become professor, but don't focus too much and don't publish any Tom and Jerry journal. Many journal scopers, many journal ISI, I know, but you're so proud. But the journal not related. Sometimes the journal is about, let's say, innovation. But your field is history. But your journal are scopers. Then people don't know who are you. Go to the closest history or, like social science. That one, okay, people recognize. But don't go beyond. Sometimes the journal, no name at all, but people want to go. So my advice also like that. Don't simply go to any journal. Go to your field, your own field, publish. Then you recognize your name. People will recognize you. Your peers must recognize you. That's why you can see there are a lot of promotion. I'm sitting promotion also. I'm also external examiner from many countries, in Malaysia. I receive a lot of thesis to be examined in my field. So people recognize and people also send me to promotion as professor or assistant professor. They know my field. Prof. Bala appointed. So I also involved in promotion. So many things can be done during academic work. So academic life is very joyful life and also ethics, but start from the young age. Don't start at a certain age, you have no energy. So now my energy is going down, but I'm keep on publishing, I don't stop, but you must start when you're young.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Any other question from the participants to Prof. Bala? Any questions?
Doctor, one more I want to add here, just one more. Nowadays, people don't go to conference, are very important. All my dear, my brother, sister here, please attend conference. Spend money earlier. Never mind. Investment earlier, later you'll be, you know why conference very important? When you attend conference, you will meet all the top professors. From there, professor, he will help you to get a grant. He will help you to be in editor, journal, something like that. And your network is very important. So don't be stingy to spend money for yourself. But the money will come. I think Dr. Rao was always, he was always happy with my advice to him. I said, Doctor, you spend money and the money will come later. Exactly, I said that he was he was senior lecturer in UMK. He was hijacked in UMS. Today, he became professor in India, back to his country. And now he's sitting in second big post. And he also top 2 scientists. So he's a very humble person. Always come back to me and say, Prof. Bala, you advised me to go to conference, attend all this, spend some money for myself. Now the money come back to me. So thank you very much for your support and help. Until now, even though you're top scientist, I think you all know that Dr. Rao have been also speaker, very humble person. He's a scientist, but he back to his country as a hero. I said, one day, doctor, you must go to your own country, India, as a hero, as a professor. He got it. Now maybe he will become VC soon. He's very young age, very young, I think under 40. So probably you become someone else. So this is my advice as well of the contract. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Hori. Harila.
Sir, how we can identify the fake journals where we should not publish our papers? What are the symptoms?
What Dr. Hori?
So, how we can find out the fake journals? Which means some journals which are not valuable. So how we can identify that kind of journals?
Okay, very easy. Maybe you have to mute. Okay, fake journals. You go to the Scopus. There are few things to identify the journal. So Amigo and all these. You go to the website and find out. So from there you can see the list of the journal. Even ISI. Thomson citation, all these journal will be Emerald, all these actually good publisher. So first of all, look at the publisher, look at the website on the Scopus, and you find if there's none in Scopus, automatically will tell you this journal is no more active in it, so you don't go for publish. I mean, there's no fake journal. No, nobody a fake journal. But try to publish in the without pay anything lah. They're very good journal, don't need to pay, but they're very good journal. So try to go that kind of journal. You can pay, but look at look at whether they are already inside the Scopus or not, or inside the ISI or not. There will be website you can check. From there, you know whether they are fake or not. So Dr. Ori, be aware on this. If possible, they also conference Scopus. Last year I got 2 Scopus conference. Also part of Scopus. They will put in the website of the Scopus in here. So make sure on that lah you publish. The reason why we go for Scopus ISI is actually citation. So people know about your field, people recognize your peers and so on. That's why they go on there. But you balance up your life. You're targeting how many and so on. So you need to see your university, Dr. Ori, how many papers you need to be appointed as an associate professor or professor. So on that, you target on that. Don't simply waste your time, so many things on that, and then finally it is. But you need to publish. At least your target 1 or 2 or 3, a good journal. The journal can be closer to your field. Don't go far away. All right. So don't go far away. Okay, that's my advice to you. Okay, doctor.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I hope I answer your question.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So any other questions from the participants?
Good sharing, Prof. Bala, to kick off our new year for 2023. We are looking forward for more webinars to come. Nice meeting you all back. Okay, thank you.
I think Dr. Nada, you must come back again to give your talk again. We want you to come back again.
Okay, Prof, definitely will do so.
Please share your own experience and your study lah. We need to learn from you also.
Okay, thank you, Prof.
Okay, if there's no other question, I think I hand over to the host, Jinu. Mr. Jinu,
Yes, sir. I'm here.
you can host for the second slot. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dr. Ganesan.
Thank you, sir. Dear participants, our next speaker is Dr. Hardeep Singh, senior academician, researcher, author, orator, mentor, motivational speaker, and life coach. He is having 20 years of total experience. He is a life member of various international bodies like IAER, CSI, IACSIT, IADRC, IFRSA, ISTD. He has been honored as a patron member by World Academic Industry Research Collaboration Organization for the period of lifetime. His profile has been published in World Book of Researchers 2018 at Oxford, United Kingdom. He has been esteemed to address various conferences as keynote speaker. To his credit, 41 international conferences, 36 national conferences, 11 UGC seminars, and 100 plus webinars, workshops, FPDs, EPDs, EDPs, 20 plus awards, 30 plus professional memberships, 4 books, and 5 anthology books. He has presented 100 plus research papers, articles. He has published 100 plus research papers, articles in conference proceedings and journals of national, international fame under tag of publishers of well-reputed like Elsevier, Scopus, IEE, and Springer, etc. He has guided 100 plus projects to the students of BTech and MBA. He has also guided MTech and PhD candidates for writing and publishing of research papers. His latest book, co-authored by Professor J.S. Jogi and Dr. D.B. Godari, a well-known scientist and educationalist, named as Written and Oral Technical Communication Skills for Engineers or Scientists, is available in 8 foreign languages. We are very glad to have you, sir. I hand over in the session to you, sir. The session is yours.
Thanks. Good evening, Mr. Gunu, for introducing me. Dear participants, good evening. Today, first of all, I would like to pay my sincere regards to the organizers of this 3-day international workshop on research, writing, editing, and publishing. I once again thank Dr. Josan for inviting me to deliver my expert talk on research and publication ethics, mandate for quality in research. When we all pass out from our postgraduate degree, we move towards doctorate degree. Even nowadays, research is becoming so popular that we have to do research projects and dissertation work in our PG classes, that is MTech, MCom Professional, MBA, and many other postgraduate degrees. Even some universities have now introduced research work in graduation part like BTech and Bachelor of Architecture, etc. engineering degrees. So, dear participants, when we talk about ethics or ethical life, we have to follow some ethics, manners, etiquettes in our daily life also. It may be our family life, it may be our social life. Talking little ahead, there are also some rules and regulations that we need to follow at our work area or job place. These ethics that we follow at our workplace, we call them as professional ethics or business ethics. We need these rules and regulations to follow to live a smooth life and grow in our career so high. Next, moving forward, as I have already talked about need of business ethics at our work life and ethics in our social life, family life, and daily life. Similarly, there are some rules and regulations which we need to follow during performing our research work in our postgraduate degree. It may be graduate degree or doctorate degree, or nowadays at school level, even our honorable prime minister Mr. Narendra Modi, he has introduced NEP 2020, in which research and innovation has also been introduced at school level to the school students. These rules and regulations we follow in research and innovation, they are called professional research ethics. These ethics are required so that our research may be worthy, we may get credit of it, and lastly, very important to say, that the society and nation may get benefited. Only that research is valuable, that research is worthy when we are giving a solution to the existing problem of the society. If we are not able to give any solution to the existing problem of the society, then our research is of no use. So, dear participants, dear candidates, please keep in mind that your research is only beneficial when it is giving some solution to the problem of the society, and it is very important and very mandatory to be taken care of. So, dear participants, I hope you all will be knowing what is research. Research is a combination of two words, re and search. Research is defined as creation of new knowledge or the use of existing knowledge in a new and creative way so as to generate new concepts, new methodologies, and understandings. This could include synthesis and analysis of previous research to the extent that it leads to new and creative outcomes. Now, dear participants, dear candidates, there are two words. I was lastly talking about innovation also. There are two words, research and innovation. Both play an essential role in triggering smart and sustainable growth and development and research work. Talking about two words, research and innovation, I would like to differentiate that research is a systematic, hopefully, investigation of a problem that works to extend knowledge. It typically follows existing line of thought and process followed to obtain something new, that is innovation, that solves a specific problem and can be utilized. Innovation is a jump from or an addition to a line of thinking. I mean, creating something new with an additional function, that is innovation. And what is research? Research is research, a data that is already available. We are applying tools, scientific tools, analysis, and then we are coming to the results and conclusions and giving some solution to the problem of the society. That is called research. Of course, innovation can be facilitated by research, and research is almost always needed to optimize an innovation. Now, coming to the point, today's topic, ethics. What are ethics? Ethics are norms of conduct that distinguish between acceptable and unacceptable behavior, that tells us what is wrong and what is right, what we have to do and what we have not to do. Ethics are principles and guidelines that help us to uphold the things we value. Next, coming research ethics, I have already discussed with you what are research ethics, that the ethics or the rules and regulations that tell us what is right in the area of research and what is wrong in the area of search, what we should follow and what should avoid to give a quality to the research. That is research ethics. Now talking, we all are humans, human behavior. We tell something to the kids, to the students. A question comes, why we should do that? So why research ethics? Research ethics are followed as a sign of respect for other researchers and cause no harm to the participants, to the work done by them. It is a professional requirement. It is a requirement to obtain funding. Dr. Balakrishnan was already talking about funding, that there are many funding agencies that give funding to the research projects on the basis of their research proposals written by them, submitted by them, but there should be ethics in them. Without following the research ethics, you cannot make a good proposal and you cannot get a good grant, good funding from the funding agencies. There are many funding agencies in India like UGC, University Grants Commission, then you can say AICTE, and many other agencies are there who can give funding and grant to the researchers to carry on their research in a good way and give a good solution to the existing problem of the society. Is next, failing to conduct research ethically results in research or researcher being dismissed or rejected by the research community. If there is ethics are not followed in the research, it may be PhD dissertation, it may be PhD thesis, it may be your MTech thesis, or it may be a you can say research proposal submitted to agency to get the funding. If you have not followed the ethics and the reviewer committee, they have found that it is done unethically, and your project, your proposal, that will be dismissed and rejected, and you will not be able to get any funding. Then coming basic principles of research and publication ethics. Honesty, you should be honest. Objectivity, then integrity. You should work research work with integrity. Then carefulness, openness should be there. There should be respect for intellectual property. Then there should be confidentiality. You should respect the colleagues. You should respect the research work done by your colleagues. Then there should not be any discrimination. And last and very important thing, you should follow social responsibility. That is very much important nowadays. Then important areas in research and publication ethics. First is authorship. There are many types of authors: honorary author, corresponding author, ghost author. Authorship means, ethics in research authorship means that in a paper you are mentioning your name as the author. You should have really worked on that topic, on that title, and you should be aware about everything. Then plagiarism, that is very important thing that we should take care to give a quality to the research. Then peer review, research with various subjects, and research misconduct. Now, just I will highlight the important part of this ethics, or that hinders in quality of research, that is plagiarism. Plagiarism is a very important part. What is plagiarism? Plagiarism is an act of stealing someone else's work and attempting to pass it off as your own. Plagiarism includes copying text, ideas, images, or data from another source, even from your own publication. That is called self-plagiarism, without giving credit to the original source. That is called plagiarism. If plagiarism is detected during the peer review process, the manuscript may be rejected. If plagiarism is detected in your PhD thesis, that may be rejected. And if it is in your, you can say, project proposal that you are giving to a funding agency to get a grant, it may also be rejected. So we should take care of this thing. Plagiarism is of many types, like complete plagiarism, direct plagiarism, self plagiarism, auto plagiarism, paraphrasing plagiarism, inaccurate authorship, accidental plagiarism, that we say by chance I have done but I don't know. Even that is also not accepted, and source-based plagiarism. And my dear candidates, dear participants, please keep in mind plagiarism. IT has become very smart. There are many IT tools, IT applications that can detect plagiarism, and that can tell you word by word, line by line, that from where you have taken this. You should not even do copy paste in writing your search paper, search work, research proposal, or even PhD thesis. So there are lot of applications like Turnitin and many other who can detect the plagiarism. And even submitting your search paper, you can auto check it and remove the plagiarism, and submit the paper that is totally plagiarism free and totally your own work, and nothing is there copy paste method. Then one thing comes, data fabrication. Fabrication is making up data results in scientific and academic research. Data fabrication is the intentional misrepresentation of research results. This includes manipulating images, for example, monographs, radiological images, removing outliers or inconvenient results, changing, adding, or omitting data points, etc. That is called data fabrication. We should also avoid data fabrication while doing a quality research. Then image manipulation. Image manipulation involves the transformation or alteration of a photograph using various methods and techniques to achieve desired results. Some photographs manipulation are considered to be skillful artwork, while others are considered to be unethical practices, especially when used to deceive the public. Image files must not be manipulated or adjusted in any way that may lead to image manipulation, and that may you can say make a question on your research work. Then coming, avoiding plagiarism. How can we avoid plagiarism? Simply be honest, give credit where it is due, acknowledge the author of the original work you have used. Do not represent the other person's work as your own work. Simply be honest, create your own magic, create your own work, and it should not be copy paste. And this is the actual respect for the colleague, for your researcher fellow, that you are acknowledging his work, his original work that you have used. Use your own work as often as possible, but using someone else's work excessively can be constructed as plagiarism. Quote or cite the sources properly. There are two types of, you can say, writing the references: MLA style, APA style. And you should keep in mind, dear candidates, dear participants, plagiarism is a crime, and it is a punishable crime. We should take care of it and go towards the quality research. Lastly, talking ethical guidelines in research, innovation, and publication. Educate yourself. You should know about everything. You should know about every ethics, every rules and regulations that you should follow while doing your search, innovation, doing your research dissertation, your PhD thesis. You should be educated yourself about everything regarding research and quality research. Make a thorough research, then learn rules for citation and references, paraphrase, check your work, cite your source, include quotations, present your own ideas, create your own magic. Then use plagiarism checker. I already discussed with you. Understand the value of citations, double check your work, put all direct quotes in quotation marks, and when in doubt, give a citation. So dear participants, today we are talking about research work. So without quality research work, without, you can say, following these ethics, research ethics, publication ethics, you cannot do a good research, you cannot do a quality research, you cannot go up to Scopus publication, IEEE publication, and Elsevier publication. And even you can say there are some journals that are not of very, you can say, high recognition, but they are also following this ethics and everything. Even your paper will not be published there. So you should take care of all these research ethics and publication ethics, innovation ethics while doing your research. So lastly, concluding my talk, that is research and publication ethics mandate for quality research. So lastly, I conclude my talk in one line that dear researchers, students and academicians, we all need to have ethical obligations with regard to good quality research work. Researchers have a duty to make publicly available the results of their research on quality research on various subjects and are accountable for completeness and accuracy of their research work. Lastly, once again repeating that your research, that should be a quality research, there should not be plagiarism, ethics should be followed, and lastly, your research that should be giving a solution of existing problem in this society. Only then your research is a quality research, high class result research, and it is then a worthy and valuable research. Thanks once again, Dr. Joson, for inviting me to deliver this talk on research and publication ethics that is very much required in quality research. Thanks once again. Sir, my talk is over.
Dear participants, if you have any questions, you can ask.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, what are the punishments for plagiarism? Sir, can you please brief about this?
Sir, it depends upon the how much it is. It can go up to imprisonment of 6 months. You should avoid this. You should not even think about that what will be the punishment, how much will be the punishment. It affects the quality of your research. So we should avoid it. And there are no excuses. You cannot represent any excuse in front of, you can say, court.
Excuse me, may I ask one question?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Siali, ma'am.
So can you explain what is research fabrication or falsification? Like, what is the difference between fabrication and falsification comes under ethics?
Ma'am, fabrication means that alteration in data. You got my point. There is data,
Okay.
and you can say changing one thing, other thing. You are doing somewhat changes and representing it your own. That is data fabrication. And data falsification means that that data is totally false. You have done nothing. Data fabrication is that somebody has done the research, there is data available, table is available, you have done some changes according to your own knowledge, or you can say according to your own experience, or discussing with some expert person. You have changed some, you can say, data, and then worked on it. That is data fabrication. And data falsification means you have done nothing, you know nothing, but you have made a false data.
Okay, so sir, can we give reference to the given, like whatever the data they have published? So if we given the reference to it, then it doesn't come under
Yes, if you have given the reference, you have mentioned that I have taken this table, this data from this author's research work, then it is okay. And
Okay,
if you
in
are
the citation,
representing, yes, if you are representing it as your own work, then it is not acceptable.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Any more question, participants?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, good evening.
You are talking
Yes.
about MLA 9. Can you speak a little bit about MLA 9, sir? Actually, I have a little doubt if it can be clarified.
Sir, it is a very vast topic. MLA is Modern Language Association that they have given some, you can say, guidelines. How can we write references in the last of the thesis of the research paper? Like first we write the last name, then first name, then we write in the brackets the, you can say, the year in which it has been published, then title of the research paper or the title of the thesis, then publisher name and everything.
Okay, sir.
That is MLA style. That is a type of, you can say, how can we write references? MLA style and APA style. APA style. APA is American Psychological Association style. There are two styles that mostly the journals, conferences, and other, you can say, publications prefer to use.
Good afternoon, Professor. My name is Ibrahim Haruna. I'm medical
Yes.
practitioner from Ghana. Yes, thank you for your awesome presentation. It's quite elaborative, very extensive. My question to you, looking at your experience over the years and your academic achievements, should there be, this is my question, should there be a global blueprint on research ethics in the
Global?
various universities? Yes.
Pardon, sir.
Can
You
you hear
have
me, please?
said global. What you said after global?
I said, should there be a global blueprint on research ethics in the various universities and corporate bodies to govern research work in several disciplines in order to check plagiarism? That's my question.
Yes, there should be in most of the universities they have made the ethical guidelines for the for PhD and every research work. Many funding agencies they have made the ethical guidelines, and in even the corporates there are ethical guidelines have been made that the employees have to follow. And there is that blueprint that you are talking about ethical guidelines, that what you should do and what not to do while doing a quality research. And in the corporates, even in the, you can say, there are some organizations that are doing research for the nation, for the society. They are also following those ethical guidelines, and ethical guidelines have been made that the researchers have to follow. Even in ISRO and many other where the scientists are working, even there the guidelines have been made that they have to follow while doing their research.
All right, thank you. As you said, there is a guideline of such, but
Yes.
it seems globally, some researchers are taking advantage of this. Either they are overlooking on it intentionally or unintentionally and plagiarizing people's work without giving them the necessary recognition. That is why I asked this question.
Yes, there should be a global blueprint also. That one blueprint or one, you can say, ethical guidelines that have been made, and everybody have to follow. And the research work that should be examined according to that. And the person who is not following that, he should be punished. Even he is doing intentionally or even he is doing accidentally, he should be punished. And there should be a global blueprint for this ethical guidelines.
Thank you very much. You've really answered my question, and I look forward that this global blueprint will come to limelight. I
Yes,
I look up to
right,
some
right.
people like you. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir.